Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. Longtime viewers of Bar Cart Bookshelf will know that I cannot help reading a Cassandra Khaw book without having a drink, so it was inevitable that one of these days we were going to come around to Nothing But Blackened Teeth. And it is a book that I have had to save for myself because I knew when I read it, I would want to talk about it. And I sure know myself. Nothing But Blackened Teeth is a contemporary horror novella. It's about a group of friends who have rented a Heian-era mansion in Japan for a sort of small elopement wedding weekend. And, they have done this with the clear knowledge that historically and mythologically and culturally this mansion is haunted. It's a sort of ghost tourism thing, and as you might imagine, things don't really work out too well for them. The legend is that a bride was killed on the day of her wedding, that she haunts this mansion, that every year a new young woman is brought there to be interred and buried alive and to be given as a sacrifice to this bride. And this seems like a really great place to have a wedding, you know. It seems like, ooh, there definitely won't be any consequences for our actions. Of course, there are consequences. And one of the things that I loved about Nothing But Blackened Teeth is the sense of being stuck that the novella has, of being confined in the dynamic that you have with friends you have known for a long time. The idea of being confined by the narrative constraints. You're someone who's a ghost tourist, a horror tourist, and so you know these sorts of tropes and conventions of horror movies and horror stories, and finding yourself reenacting those and unable to escape them, and trapped, really, in this sort of horrible, destructive, consuming sameness with that really remarkable prose style that Khaw has, that luscious body and smoke and vinegar tang and oxidized teeth and rot and mildew and love and wanting and all sort of consuming, enveloping power. Just really lovely stuff to spend an evening with, as all of Khaw's work is for me, and I think for a lot of y'all out there as well. And so, of course, we had to have a drink inspired by the book as well. Our drink is The Wedding Party, and it takes its flavors and vibes from Nothing But Blackened Teeth. So we're going to start, as you can see, we've got our highball glass right here. We're going to be building this drink in the glass, so we're going to start by adding some ice. Usually we add our ice last because we want our drink to dilute when we want it to, but we're going to be making this very quickly, and so we're going to have the ice here in our highball glass and add everything on top of it. We're going to start with our base spirit. Our base spirit is Slivovitz. It's this unaged plum brandy. I like to have plum, but plum wine is just, it's flat and it's sweet, and there's not a lot there. But the Slivovitz, this sort of Eastern European plum brandy, brings us a really lovely plum flavor for all of our sort of plum-related needs. That bright fruitiness and that really strong brandy backbone. We're going to get 2 ounces of that into our highball glass. Lovely. And then for our modifiers, we are going to get half an ounce of, let's start with the peach shrub. this peach shrub. It's going to have the sweetness of the peach, the fruit, but also that really bright vinegar tang. And it's going to bring just this really lovely fruitiness in balance with the fruitiness of the Slivovitz, with that bright zing of the vinegar. Lovely, lovely. And then half an ounce of matcha syrup. Really easy to make this. Just add about a teaspoon and a half of matcha powder to your simple syrup. As always with these sorts of things, taste it as you go. It's easy to add more, hard to add less, but with tea syrups you really want a little bit more than you would use in preparing a cup of tea for yourself, because you want that intensity to hold up to the various sort of other ingredients that you are using. And it's going to bring this sort of tea, green tea, sweetness, grassiness, really refreshing quality. I love a cheeky little matcha in the afternoon, and so I'm so excited to finally have an opportunity to play with some of those flavors. I'm looking forward to using this syrup more in the coming months. So a half ounce of peach shrub and a half ounce of matcha syrup in our highball glass, and then a few dashes of cardamom bitters. As always, easy to add more, hard to add less, but it's going to bring that sort of light spice, that sort of baking spice note, but not the overwhelming cinnamon, clove, nutmeg that you get with like an Angostura bitters. This is a little bit lighter, a little bit greener, a little bit fresher, and just absolutely heady and intoxicating. And then we will get some plain seltzer soda water and top that off. Lovely. And to mix it all, in making a traditional Japanese highball, they recommend doing just one stir, full 360, but we aren't in Japan, so we're going to give that another extra little stir, just to make sure that everything is incorporated well and is totally fresh and refreshing. And so there you have it. This is the wedding party inspired by Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. Nothing But Blackened Teeth is available now. I've got a link to snag the book in the description below, as well as links to various forms of social media, including Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, where you can always find a written version of today's recipe. Try the drink. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hit that like button because it makes me so very, very happy. Subscribe if you haven't already so that you never miss an episode, because we will be back next week with another wonderful book-inspired beverage. So, until next time, cheers.